In this week's video, I'm going to show you how you can actually do quite a bit of 3D modeling inside of Prusa Slicer. Hey guys, David here and welcome to Make a Software, the weekly series in addition to my project videos where I show you one really cool feature or software that will greatly help you in your DIY projects. Oftentimes you'll download a model from Thingiverse or design something and then you just want to add two things together. Now you could open up a 3D modeling software and do it in there. There's also great online alternatives like Tinkercad or something like that. But if you're working with Prusa Slicer already anyhow, this might not even be a need. Let's say we have this block here. This is one of the desk risers that I sell. And let's say we want to add a design on here. Instead of doing that in a separate program, if we already have the design as its own file, we can go ahead, right click on the part, say add part, and then load. Then we can simply select the file we want, click open, and then it will load into. But it will not load into as a separate file, but as part of this design. What this then allows you to do is you can go ahead, you rotate it the way you need it, and you can already see how these are joined, and so now it doesn't fall down to gravity, but actually if I move this up, then it will move up and kind of belong to this. And then once we have our model positioned like we want it in relationship to it, if we then look at the whole thing, this is now treated as one model. And we can either go ahead and print it like that, or we can go one step further and actually go to File, Export, and export this as an STL file. And then it will save this entire part as an STL, and next time you can just import this as a whole part. Here's another example. For my CNC I needed to print a whole bunch of these tracks, and these are actually surprisingly challenging parts to print because they're very long and skinny. That means that as the part cools it will want to curl up, and it's basically possible to keep them from warping. You could go ahead and add a brim, but even with a brim, which is kind of a pain to remove on parts like this, I had massive problems. The quick fix that I did instead was adding a shape, a box. Then here you have a random box. And then I used the commands in here to just kind of scale it down. Actually, you can even, here on the side, let's say we wanted just one layer height, or maybe two layers. So 0.4 millimeters in Z height, and then we can move it to the edge here. And then now here we have kind of, in a way, a custom brim. This now fuses all of these models together and creates a fairly strong hold to the bed. Instead of just having to rely on a very small area in the end, everything is connected, and the force required to pull this up is a lot greater. And then we can go ahead and copy, paste by just doing Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, and move it to the other side as well. And there we go. If you now slice this will all be connected together, and in the end you can just use a knife to very quickly cut these apart and print these parts without any troubles. Alright, so I really hope this trick helped you guys out, and you might be able to save some time when you have your next 3D printing project come up. So with that said, if you like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next week.